Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a memory keeping spread for July 3rd through 9th, 2023 in my Sadie Stickers vertical planner. I'm going to be using a kit from Charlotte's Paper Company. I don't remember the name of it. I think it was called Beach Picnic, I want to say. This kit is no longer available in her shop, but I will link her shop down below because she does have some character stickers and I think one or two full kits left that are definitely worth investigating. This kit is extended, so there are 8 full boxes here. I went with the beach theme, even though I A, did not go to the beach, and B, I was in New York and it was the 4th of July. So I definitely didn't do any of the things listed here except maybe eat grapes and drink wine. Everything else is kind of silly, but it is a pretty summer kit and I thought it would be fun to use during this time of year. Traditionally, I have always used like red, white, and blue and all this other stuff, but this is the kit that I had and I thought let's use what I have. So this kit comes with sidebar functionals and icons. I already put the date dots on that came with the kit. This is kind of an unusual font. It's more modern and basic than their previous kits, but I like that it's really easy to read what the days are. That makes a huge difference to me. And then the washi is really pretty. Then you've got a page of functional headers and glitter headers as well. This is an extra set that came with this. So these are full box checklist headers in these pretty neutral tones. And then additional flags to go with the kit. So I think this will be really good. I've decided to continue with my silver theme. So I'm pulling in some Sadie stickers. I have these like nautical shell washi, and I've got a bunch of my nautical sort of shell dangle, some waves, some pretty shell decor, mini garlands, and things like that. So just pulling in a bunch of those elements. Last week was obviously the mermaid spread, so I have a lot of sea creatures here as well. So I thought I would just continue that concept. Anyway, I am going to speed things up and come back in a voiceover. Thanks. All right. Hi, friends. Welcome back. So I am just laying down this washi. The washi is just a little bit thicker than what's left at the bottom for this particular planner. So I had to be very strategic about where everything went. But I really love how beautiful this is, and the fact that it has this continuous line is so nice. So I didn't use an Americana themed kit. I didn't use a New York themed kit. I went with this romantic beach picnic theme instead, just because it was summery and I've had it and I wanted to use it. So normally I think this is a departure from my previous July 4th week plans where I've done a lot of just, you know, Americana and red, white, and blue. And so this was like really fun to do. Admittedly, I use a lot of this sidebar washi that I didn't really write anything with because this was a memory keeping spread, not an actual planning spread, and so I just didn't need to use it. But it still looks very nice on the edges. I decided to use all of the glitter headers that came with the kit. There were 3 different shades of glitter headers. There was like a French blue, a light sort of lilac purple, and then a silvery blue. And I just staggered those in the same pattern continuously throughout the week just to give it a little bit more oomph. It does really look nice and cohesive together when I do it like this. It's very zen. This is the zen part of my planning. So this was July 4th week. This was my third week in New York. At this point, we were just trying to get through some things that we had planned, but then also some unexpected joys that came out of this week as well. And I really did have a good time. Some of this is going to look a little boring because I didn't really do a ton. I had a very concentrated couple of days though. Everything after July 4th was social and family intensive. So Monday I had, well, here, let's see what I do first. This was also, I had 2 extra pages worth of flag stickers than I usually do for these Charlotte Paper Company kits. While I don't believe this kit is available anymore, a lot of these photography kits are really fun, and they're kind of falling out of favor in lieu of the like designed kits. And I understand that because a lot of these are stock photos, and so it is more fun to have the individually drawn out things, and I have a lot of them as well. But I do like the way the photo kits look, and I kind of miss using them a little bit. So I did not go to the beach at all in New York, and I will probably not go to the beach for this particular summer. So this is very out of character, but still really fun. And I do love the muted pastel tones. You don't really see that a lot for summer kits. A lot of summer kits are very bright, they're very tropical, so this was really fun. The sidebar boxes, you're supposed to pair them with the different headers in between each one, and I just didn't. And then I was going to track my spending, but I ended up not writing it down in this particular planner. So just drinking my iced tea there. So I laid down this beautiful shell cluster washi strip right at the top, and it's so pretty and just a nice little shiny detail. I stuck with the silver for the second week in a row just because I had a lot of those nautical themed stickers handy. I didn't add a ton more shimmer to this spread though. There's only, I think, a couple of other foiled things that I added for the rest of this kit. And I'm not sure what TV show I was watching while I did this. I always watch a show. I can't remember what this particular one was. It might have been some true crime documentary. So on Monday, I just put that I had breakfast with my in-laws, and I added another pancake sticker doodle from Scribble Prints Co. My to-do header, I took a train to Brooklyn, which is funny because I was already in Brooklyn, so whenever I write that, it looks a little silly, but that's okay. When I got home, we watched a concert with Brandi Carlile that was recorded, and my parents are kind of obsessed with Brandi Carlile right now. I really love her music. I haven't listened to her new book on audiobook yet, but that is on my list of stuff to listen to. And if anyone has any audiobooks or books that they're reading this summer and they want to just throw them in the comments, I'm happy to comment and check that out. So I went ahead and added I think it's not Nermal, but it's a different Garfield character. I think it was Garfield's girlfriend at one point. I got a Once More with Love sticker sheet that had Garfield on it, so, and I'm sorry that I didn't zoom in. We went to Wegmans, and we had sushi for dinner, and we did a lot of food shopping in preparation for July 4th. We also got some foods that I'd never tried before, something called cotton candy grapes, which are grapes that legitimately taste like cotton candy when you first bite into them. It's surreal and delicious. So highly recommend those. So on the 4th, I was redundant and wrote July 4th in script at the top. I used, I guess it was like a health sheet. It was like a feel better sheet. It says a perfect day not to go out, but I used it because it was actually really rainy and stormy in the morning on July 4th. We played Scrabble at home and I won, so I was very proud of that. In the afternoon, I did a barbecue with my husband's parents and his grandparents, and that was fun. The food was really, really good. My father-in-law has this like new smoker that he's really proud of. So I had these really fun hollow stickers from New Year's with a burst. So we actually watched the fireworks from our bedroom window. We didn't go and actively look at the fireworks because crowds can be a little intense in New York. So on the 5th, I had breakfast at my in-laws because I spent the night there. And then I went back to downtown Brooklyn in the morning. I used this very cute Tutty Clance Co. printable sticker of a girl just like reading on a chair with a cat. It was a very chill day. I did end up running some errands with my dad. We went to the library and the hardware store together, and then I also did some grocery shopping later in the day because I was going over to my friend Lynette's house and we watched a movie that I had never seen before, The Goonies. I think I started to write something and I realized I wanted to use, oh, never mind. I did that later. I'll explain in the next video. So on Thursday, I just used a banana to mark that we had breakfast at home. I had lunch with my good friend Kira that I hadn't seen in probably since before the pandemic. Or no, it was after we moved, I guess, maybe. I don't know. She runs part of a restaurant / nonprofit called Emma's Torch, which trains refugees in food service and gives them an education and a guaranteed job. It's a very cool nonprofit. I highly recommend you check it out, and I will link it down below in the comments. It was great to see her. After that, I visited one of my favorite independent bookstores, Books Are Magic. They do a phenomenal job with events, and it's just a fun space. And it's owned by Emma Straub, who is an author of some really great, incredibly great novels. That morning, I had done something kind of random. I entered the public theater lottery, which is, for those of you who don't know, New York always puts on Shakespeare in the Park for free, and they have an open lottery for people who don't want to wait in line, and I entered and I won. So I won free tickets to see Hamlet. I was supposed to be having dinner with my friend Karen that night, and so I said, hey, I won these tickets, do you want to come with me? And she went with me even though she was exhausted, and she has a 3-year-old toddler at home. She came with me anyway, and we had such a great time. It was really, really fun to see her. So I just went ahead and put a glitter flag down, and then I layered on top of that 2 really beautiful little lady stickers. And I just wrote Shakespeare in the Park, Hamlet. It was such a good production. It was a modern retelling of Hamlet. I loved the staging, and it was hot, but it wasn't that hot, and we had such a great time. So I recommend that to anyone who's visiting New York. Definitely enter the lottery. You can enter for free. The tickets are free. Just, you won't regret it. It's great. On Friday, I helped my dad clean. I ran some errands, and I picked up some cat meds. My mother realized that she was actually running out of meds for her kitties, and so she needed help getting them. In addition to that, we put gas in the car, and we were going to go grocery shopping as well, but we ended up not doing that because we just didn't have time. I had to go meet my friend at 5 o'clock, and so we just didn't have time to do more errands. And I think I put a coffee break sticker in there because we did get coffee at some point during the day. So on Friday night, I went and visited my friend Kirsten, who I found out in a silly way, she was a bridesmaid at my wedding. She's a very good friend of mine. We found out that we are actually related. We are like 4th, 5th cousins or something like that. But anyway, she is great, and I shared my Disney Plus password with her, and so we ended up watching Robin Hood. And I was really embarrassed about this. I actually fell asleep on her couch. It was so embarrassing. I'm like a woman in my 30s, and I could barely stay awake through a children's film. But she was very sweet about it, and she was like, all right, let's get you in a cab and get you home. But she's a real doll. I miss her so much. On Saturday, we had just a couple of quick things on my list. I had to shower, and then my husband picked me up at 9:30 in the morning because we were going to our friend's son's first birthday party. This birthday party was like a wedding, and for good reason. The couple of the little boy we were there for, they didn't have a big formal wedding, so this was kind of in substitute of a wedding, and it was really, really sweet. It was beautifully laid out. Everybody had a great time. There was great food. There was a whole play area for the kids. It was great. It was really sweet. And then on the flip side of that, we actually had enough time in the afternoon to go see my parents' friends, and it was his 80th birthday. So we went to a 1-year-old's birthday party and an 80-year-old's birthday party in the same day, and I think that is really, really cool. So that was really fun, and he's an artist, so I just used this Once More with Love sticker that kind of looks like Bob Ross. He's much better than Bob Ross. Anyway, he's got an art show coming up as well. This Friday, actually. And then on Sunday, we slept in and had breakfast. I was at my in-laws at this point. We drove back from upstate New York to not downtown Brooklyn, to South Brooklyn. I just spent the better part of the day checking emails and checking Amazon orders. My nieces came, and my sister-in-law came to visit. They just moved back from Florida to New Jersey, and so it was a blast seeing them because we hadn't seen them since they came to visit in, I believe it was March. So it had been a while, and I miss them so much. They're just the best. It was such a fun time. So I added some more Garfield stickers there. So we had Nermal, the teddy bear whose name I forget, and Odie. And then I just added a little family feast, Once More with Love sticker right there at the bottom. So now I'm just looking, making sure that I'm filling out everything. I think I ended up switching that little sticker out for a much bigger one and adding some silver deco. Oh, baby. I don't know if you can hear that. That's my new kitty. That's Eloise. Eloise wants to say hi. Yeah, she's chirping. She's a sweet little girl. More to come on Eloise and friends in upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that. Well, that was kind of sweet that you got to hear her. And then this is me trying to reposition everything. The stickers come off pretty easily on this paper, which is really great because it's not always the case. Eloise! I have no idea if you'll be able to hear her chirping by the time this video gets edited and everything, but I hope so because she's super cute. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so here's the finished product. I think it looks really nice. I did not fill any of this out, and that is just fine. Um, this was a really busy week, so I think I did a pretty good job filling out based on, my memories from this week, which I kept here. Um, yeah, not as much to do when you're on vacation, so it was nice to kind of catalog all of the social activities and everything. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and please stay tuned for the next video. Take care.